a hat. And that's coming up at 9:50ish. So stay tuned to your radio, ladies and gentlemen. Get close to your radio, nice and close to that Motorola radio. All right.
Weirdo.
And now back to the show. Our second guest is hailing from Fort Myers, Florida. Where are you from, Isabelle?
Fort Myers Beach.
She's from Fort Myers Beach, Florida, and
I live right here.
she lives right here. And the name
And
of
she brought Lou.
and the name of her business, nothing goes better than kids and pets. And we have to make sure that the camera is perfectly situated. Oh, there we go. Less of me and more of Lou.
Oh, that's me.
Find a home, give a home. Isabelle Wells. Isabelle, I've been trying for 6 months to get you on the show. Thank you for coming on.
You're welcome.
Everybody says that your business is so awesome. Tell us all about it.
Well, it's a
Not-for-profit.
501c3, a nonprofit. So that's what the big deal is. So it's a rescue group that I founded about 2011, and we do rescue dogs, only shelter dogs.
Mhm.
So, and this is a shelter dog from the beginning. She is, her name is Lulu, and she follows me everywhere. So we do get, we pull from different shelters, including Miami, Fort Myers, Tampa, and we do like extreme cases, like dogs who got hit by cars, or so we work with veterinarian and everything. So it's a very rewarding. So we've been doing this since 2011.
And you do cats too.
I do cats too. I have somebody else who does the cat.
Okay.
And the cats more likely comes from Fort Myers Beach. There's plenty of cats around here, so they all need help too. And we all need volunteers too, of course.
And it's an all volunteer.
It's all volunteers. Of course, the veterinarian are not volunteers.
No.
But they give us a little break so we can put them through, a lot of, everything is ready for adoption and everything.
So they get spayed or neutered.
Spayed, neutered. Well, at the shelter, they get spayed and neutered and vaccinated. But we give them heartworm prevention, which is very important here. All the dogs should have heartworm prevention because that's a disease. And after that, they're ready for adoption. And, we just place them in great families.
How many dogs do you have at once?
Probably about, I would say, 15 at once. Not in my house. I got 5 in my house right now.
5.
5.
That's
3
plenty.
that I have and 2 that I foster.
So when you say you have 3 are your own.
Yes,
Okay.
correct.
So what kind of dogs are the 2 that you have up for adoption now?
For adoption, I've got a little guy. His name is Ren, and you can all visit them online. Of course, they have little videos on findahomegivehome.com, and then they're in the paper every week as well in the Beach Bulletin. So you can see all the pictures. So the little guy is about 7 years old. Needs to go with another dog because he's kind of a little scared. Very nice, very, very nice dog. And he's about 20 pounds. And then I've got another one, which is 6.4 pounds. A little bitty thing. And she's just started to bark. That's really a funny thing when you have a dog for about a week and they don't know where to go. And then suddenly with the other one with a pack, they all bark. That's cute.
Tell us about this dog.
This dog? Well, she's not for adoption.
Oh,
she's
okay.
my mascot.
All right.
Okay. Her name is Lou. And if you go anywhere and if you see me on the paper, she will be she's on my business card. She's everywhere with me. And I got her from a shelter in Collier County. And she was 3 months old, returned twice. And
Really?
3 months old. Yeah, because she's a barker.
Okay.
And actually, she got out of it.
Yes, we haven't heard one thing.
No, she doesn't know. Well, it's like everything else. If you get them everywhere, you socialize them, you bring them to places, they're wonderful to go with. They have no issues.
What kind of dog is that?
That's what I call a 57.
Oh, okay. Okay. So it is a
That's
mix.
a new version.
Yes.
But
Yes.
I did a
Times
DNA.
57.
Okay.
When I did a DNA,
Yeah.
she was mixed with Yorkie, Maltese, and African dog.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, so she's
she
4
is
years old.
Adorable.
Yeah, she's
What
she's
dog
great.
isn't, dear? What dog?
I
Do you ever
know,
get
but
any
she's
bulldogs?
I got bulldogs. Yeah,
Yeah.
once in a while I got bulldogs.
What about labs?
Labs,
Yeah.
I got a couple of labs before. But we're not specific, breed
Right.
specific.
Right.
We just only take the ones that cannot make it in the shelter. Have you been in the shelter before?
Which one? Which
Any
shelter?
Gone to
shelters?
Yeah.
We've gone
Oh,
to
yeah.
Go
leaf
to
shelters.
shelters?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. It's, some people don't want to go to a shelter. It's very difficult to
Yeah.
walk in because you want to take them all.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
And it's very sad.
Jennifer Washburn.
Yeah. So we go in the back of the shelter where they have the stray, and then they email us about 20 or 30 emails a day. And they said, this one is in trouble because he's very scared. And so we go see them and we take them and then we rehabilitate them.
Hmm.
And just by the fact to bring them out of the shelter, they just change completely, their demeanor is completely different.
So
It's
you get the
wonderful.
dogs, and then you find a foster home, and then the foster,
Yes,
and then you
correct.
try and move them into a regular home.
That's it. We post them, we put them everywhere. And of course, there's an adoption fee, which is important.
Yeah.
And then that's what we do.
Why did you decide you wanted to do this?
I didn't want to be a vet, so I ended up to be a real estate agent. But I always wanted to do something with animals. And then about 2010, in my neighborhood, we started to get stray cats. And I thought, why don't I just put little things, a little thing on my website about the cats that needs to be adopted. And then from there, it went through a website and then go on and on. And, I don't think I would be able to do it by myself. But if you have volunteers and people helping with transport, with fosters and everything, it's really a teamwork.
Right.
And that's what helps a lot.
And you get donations. People.
I get donations. I do a lot with the adoption fee, of course. But the donation is very important to us. So we would not be able to do what we do.
Anybody watching or listening can go to Find a Home.
findahomegiveahome.com. They can also make a contribution on P.O. Box 163 on Fort Myers Beach, 33931. And then they can always call me directly at 239-281-0739.
Now on your website, is it a PayPal button?
It's a PayPal, but when, I don't know, do you know a lot about PayPal?
Mhm.
You don't.
Okay. So PayPal, you have two options. You can either friends and family, and you don't have a fee, or you do the normal PayPal. So make sure you do friends and family.
This way you don't get charged a fee.
You don't get charged.
Okay.
That's very important for us.
So go ahead.
And then,
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was going to say we have some events coming up too. Yeah, for Halloween. So
Tell us about them.
well, after a while, so many years, I get phone calls for invitation. I'm very excited about being with you today.
Oh,
You
we're
know,
Thank
it's
you.
so
very
glad
nice.
to have
It was
you.
actually an honor
Oh.
to be a.
That's
Yeah,
being
no.
silly. You're being silly
Well,
now, but thank
no,
you.
no,
That's
no,
silly.
because it's very rarely you got somebody who calls you and asks you. Now I'm starting to get people following us more and more with the paper.
Great.
So it's very nice. Believe me, it's not being silly. It's
Oh,
just
we'll push
very
you.
from
We'll
the
push
well.
it out a lot now,
Yeah,
for
'cause
sure.
I,
for sure.
that was very nice of you, and it's my home here
Yeah.
too, so it's great.
What is your accent?
I'm
That's what I
France.
was going to ask.
Sorry, we should prepare
Definitely
before the
French.
show so we don't ask.
Definitely
You
French.
didn't know?
I knew. He didn't.
You knew? Okay,
Yeah.
I'm from France. Yeah, I'm
Excellent.
from Paris.
What brought you to Fort Myers? Who would leave Paris for Fort Myers, Florida?
Well, it's just a coincidence. My mom was a taxi driver in Paris, and then when I was 24, she met a lady from Boca Raton on the other coast,
Mhm.
and the lady said, "If you want to come to my house, if the daughter wants to come to my house, she's welcome." So I took a ticket and I just
Wow.
came. I didn't know
Wow.
anybody. I just took the.
Awesome.
And since then I've been working very hard. But I'm good. I'm happy.
Wow.
Do
I'm
you
happy to be here. This is my home. So.
Well, I just want to ask her
go
about
right ahead? You don't need
the
approval to ask a
event.
question.
So are you doing like a dog dress up thing for Halloween?
Yeah, there's two events, and I gotta read it because
Okay.
I'm not, it's for the dates.
I
That's
get it.
just for the dates. So there is one actually on at the Naughty Parrot,
Okay.
which is October 26th from 2 to 5 p.m. We did it last year. I think it's last year or 2 years ago. It's all run together now, and they do a special drink for us, which is very exciting. And part of it goes to the rescue. And then we do also a raffle, and they're going to have a doggy contest, Halloween contest. So that's one of them. That's on the 26th. And then we're having Nervous Nelly too, who invited us again. So that is going to be on the 29th from 6 to 9 p.m.
Oh,
So that's at night. So that's going to be a fun
dress
place
up
to
your dogs.
dress up. There's going to be a lot of activity in both of them. And it's a nice, it's a nice thing. And I'm very appreciative of all the people who invite us.
What percentage, if not all, hopefully you'll say all, of the dogs do they all get adopted? That you have?
Some of them it takes a long time, because of, you need to find that right person. It's not about giving them to anybody. It's to give them to the right person so you don't get them back. So you have to find, the right match. And sometimes people are frustrated because they think, I want that dog, but that's not the right dog for them.
Right.
So you put them through the ringer. Then you make sure the dog doesn't go to the wrong person.
Well, that's that. And then also the fact that if you put them in a foster care, then you know everything about the dog.
Right.
The foster will tell you at what time they get up, what they do, what their stuff is, and that makes it easier for you when you adopt. Because when you get from the shelter, and please go to a shelter, okay?
Yeah.
So that's the best thing. But you never know if they're house trained, what they do, and we do the whole work before, so we know exactly what's going on with the dog.
And this is no shot against any shelter. They're doing great work. But
they have
when
to.
I look at the pictures sometimes on some of the shelters, and I think, well, that looks like a lab. Oh, wait, and then you get to the shelter, and which is torture to go to a shelter to see them all caged like that.
Very, very
And
sad. But
Well-
unfortunately, I got to tell you, unfortunately, people don't do their part. They're doing a lot of there's a lot of backyard breeding.
Yep.
That is not good for for us, for everybody.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of dogs euthanized in shelters in general. So that is one of the problem. So
And
you've
that's-
got
you
to spay and neuter.
Right.
Very important.
And you get your dogs all from the shelters, the kill
Correct.
shelters.
Oh yeah,
right?
kill shelter. I don't take them from people's house.
Okay.
No, I don't do.
So
That's what we do
Yeah.
because the rewards is wonderful.
Yeah.
And I have a lot of people from here. I have a lot of people from here on this beach who have been actually adopting. And then you see them on the road,
You
it's
get
just
to
so
see them.
fun. Yeah, it's so fun.
Well,
So-
I have a friend who she has a therapy clinic, but on the side she takes dogs in, and everybody that works in her clinic has adopted some of her dogs. I mean, she is out there, Jennifer, and she has, I think, and she's might correct me, but at least 7 at her house, and she fosters and puts them out.
and where is she?
She's in town.
Oh, in Fort Myers.
In Fort Myers.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and she works with the Gulf Coast Humane Society.
That's
and
great. That's
yeah,
great.
she really,
And-
she's amazing. But she is a hard sell with those dogs. You cannot go, and she's always texting him.
I get 5 or 10 texts every
Stop it,
weekend
Jennifer.
because our lab passed away. It's got to be close to, I don't know, it's been
3
a while.
years.
And so I'm hoping to get another lab at some point, a
Uh-huh.
chocolate lab,
Yeah.
because they're great dogs. I mean, all dogs are great, but so she keeps texting me pictures. And
They work behind my back
Yes.
and text.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There's a lot of stuff I do behind her
it takes
back.
only one text, and then it just at the right
Yeah.
moment,
Yeah.
and then you get hooked. Yeah. But listen, I always say to people, if I don't have what you want, I give phone numbers from other rescue. Just go and take a look. As long as they rescue,
Right.
I don't have a problem. There's enough dog in the world just to be able
Right.
to, to live and everything.
Don't shop.
Don't
adopt.
shop, adopt. That's very, very important.
Yep.
do you have any labs on your roster at the moment?
No, I don't have any
Oh.
labs.
So what
I
are-
don't have it. But I pull from Miami, and in Miami there's a lot of dogs.
Really?
A lot of
Those damn people. in
And
Miami.
the funny thing,
Dog
just to give you
haters.
an example of what happened about a lab. I had a foster in Collier County, and she calls me one morning and she said, Isabelle, she had just finished the foster. She was going to the shelter in Collier County and domestic animal services. And she said in the parking lot, she saw a young girl with a father. and the lady was just like crying and crying. She was turning a 5 months old lab, beautiful boy, and she could not keep him. And then she said, "You know what? Don't go in. I'll call it. We'll just take
Wow.
him in the shelter and in the rescue." And the good thing about doing that is, when you go to a shelter, everybody can adopt. It doesn't mean they can take care of the dog,
Right. That's right.
because the fee, and they have to do that. The fee is so cheap that people just sometimes they have cleared the shelter. That's really bad.
Right.
I mean, I think that's very bad, because anybody can just go over there, get a dog, and then as soon as there is a problem, return the dog.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean, it's good and bad.
Yeah.
You give a chance to dogs who would not have a chance. But, this is a tough one. This is a very tough one.
What are the kind of breeds that you have now available? I know
They
people can go on the
mixed
website.
breed.
Okay.
They mix breed. Lots of Chihuahua in Florida.
Really?
Yes.
Yes,
Oh,
a lot
yes.
of Chihuahua.
Who knew?
Yeah, that's and they're fun. If you never had a Chihuahua, they're fun. They're just you need to know the breed.
Mhm.
It's more like a girl dog, though, right?
No.
You sure?
No. Oh
Yes.
yeah. I've seen some big guys, muscle, anything, and you look at them and you said, "What?" And they got that little
Yeah,
Teacup.
that's
little
exactly.
teacup.
What's the first thing you said,
But-
Isabelle? What? It looks
Well,
funny.
it looks different,
Right.
but that's okay.
Right.
It's okay. It doesn't have to be a big dog or whatever. It's
Yeah.
It's just it's
I am
whatever works for you.
I have a bulldog.
You
Yeah,
do
yeah,
not. Yeah.
yeah.
He has we have an English bulldog, but
Yeah.
we also have a Maltese.
Yeah.
And that Maltese
The Maltese.
You're not
follows
kidding.
him all over. We got her at Lee Domestic.
Yeah, but you're not
Yeah.
catching
Oh, you
me.
did, huh?
You're not catching me walking my dog, the Maltese, on the beach ever. You're never going to see me walking down Times Square
But
with
the
the
bulldog,
Maltese.
yes?
Oh,
You
yeah.
you
Oh,
have
really?
to carry her.
Yeah.
I made a big mistake with the Maltese. I walked the Maltese from here all the way
No,
down to the
not the
pink shell.
Maltese.
I mean, the bulldog all the way down to the pink shell. And I thought, well, how far can that be?
Why did you make a mistake?
Because it was 90 degrees out on the way
Ah,
back.
yeah,
I thought she
yeah.
was going to die. The
Yeah.
tongue
Did you
hanging out.
carry her?
I
Yes,
did. I
it's
carried
not
her all the
good.
way back.
You carry her.
And I'm not that strong, so it was hard for me to carry her.
Uh,
So how else can people get in touch, or how else can people donate? I mean, lay it all out there, Isabelle.
Well, it's very easy. Oh, they have also in the Beach Bulletin every week for the past 9 years. We've been part of the Beach Bulletin. We have a whole page with all the dogs for adoption, and you have all the contacts. Everybody knows the Beach Bulletin.
I'm
It's in the Beach Observer.
oh, okay. The other
It's
paper.
part
Gotcha.
of the beach,
Gotcha.
So they're fantastic for us. So that's been a very, very good thing. And then you can go, of course, on the website, which is findahome.giveahome.com. And you can go to petfinder.com, rescueme.com, all the stuff that you can adopt a pet.
Well, listen,
So you have
people,
a lot of possibility to
if you're out there watching this show and you're just lazing around and you're not getting on the website and making some kind of donation, I'm really going to be pissed. You can't give $5 or $10 to help out these dogs. You are lame.
And please come out to the events.
Remind
Dress
me I
your
have to do
dog
that
up.
later because
Yeah,
I just call people
26
names.
and 29. They'll be in the paper. I'll put them
Okay.
in the paper. They'll be advertised. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Nice.
But we need the big thing that we need is volunteers to feed the cats because we have an overpopulation of cats, and they're not feral cats. A lot of them are strays. People abandon them.
Mm.
So you can go on the website again
Okay.
and then just email us at pets@findahome.giveahome.com. And my cell phone, can I give my cell
Oh,
phone?
yeah, for sure.
Okay, it's 239-281-0739.
Awesome.
So this is a passion for me.
Yeah.
And I just,
great.
it's just the best thing that could have happened.
and thank you for doing it. and
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on. And the Nervous Nellies thing is when again?
The
29th.
the 29th.
Okay, we'll put that up on our Facebook page.
Yeah,
so-
and
the
then
Naughty Period.
the Naughty Period on the 26th.
cool. Awesome.
And then I want to thank you also for adopting.
Oh, you're welcome.
That's very good.
yeah. Thank
Very
you.
good.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for coming
Thank
on.
you,
and
Thank you.
Lulu.
goodbye, Lulu.
Say goodbye.
Thank you.
Goodbye, Mama.
We'll make sure we get all those dates up there and everything for you folks out there so that you can get on the website. It's findahome, giveahome.com. and you can make a donation there to help out Isabelle and these dogs that need a place to live.
And the cats.
And the
And the
cats.
Cats are very important.
Cats too. Well, thank you, Isabelle.
Thank you.
Good luck with everything, and we'll see you maybe at the Naughty Parrot. That would be kind of cool to go down there
Yeah,
and see
or
that.